Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dawn, and this channel is Dawn Does Keto. This channel is all about my accountability and my personal journey on the ketogenic diet. We missed an update video last week, and I'm so sorry about that, but I am back, and I'm super happy to be back with you guys. First off, I want to say thank you to everybody who sent messages, commented that you were praying for Mike's dad. If you are new here, just a very quick rundown. My father-in-law was in a motorcycle accident in October of 2021, and that accident left him bedridden. Due to the fact that he is not able to get up and move around very much, he is having health issues. I just got off the phone with somebody and was talking to them about this. The fact that our human bodies were not made to just lay in a bed and not do anything all day. We are meant to do things, and that is what this keto lifestyle has done for me. It has given me the ability to go out and just do things. But because of him being in bed all day, his body is starting to break down. There are things that just aren't working properly. He doesn't get the circulation that he needs, and he is back in the hospital. He's actually been in the hospital twice over the last few weeks. He was in the hospital for a week. He came home for 4 days. And then he was back in the hospital. So it's been like a whirlwind. He's had issues with his bowels. He's had a blood infection, just a multitude of things going on. We had hoped he was coming home today. Unfortunately, the doctor said his potassium levels are too low, so they are going to keep him at least another day. I'm not sure how long it's going to be, but we are prayerful and hopeful that he will be home soon. So again, thank you guys so much for your kindness, your understanding, and all of your prayers. So since I didn't put a video out last week, I did not get to say Happy Father's Day. So Happy Father's Day to all of you out there, to any of my subscribers that play the dad role, whether it's biologically or not. You are loved, and we appreciate all of our dads out there. So very quickly, speaking of dads, obviously I've mentioned Mike's dad, and his accident in 2021 was actually what derailed me on my keto journey. I had basically met my goal weight. I started at 233 pounds, and at that time I was roughly 155, and Mike's dad had his accident, and we were spending very long days all day long in a hospital. So we were eating hospital food, and I was stress eating. I mean, I'm not going to lie. When I get very, very stressed out, I tend to eat things that are not on my plan. I am a food addict, and I am a sugar addict for sure. So when I get stressed out, those are the things that comfort me. So I lean towards eating those things. So during the time that he was originally hospitalized after the motorcycle accident, I managed to put on roughly about 30 pounds. And when I started this YouTube channel, I had gotten back up to about 188. My starting weight during keto after I had met my goal was 155. When I started my channel, I was 188. So I had gained about 33 pounds at that point. And the reason I started this channel was to be accountable to you guys. And that has been a huge help for me, especially during this very stressful time. I have been bound and determined that I would not let that happen again. And being accountable to you guys just really, really helps keep me on track. So I appreciate all of you so much. Also, speaking of dads, I wanted to give you guys a really quick update. This isn't a doom and gloom video. My dad, I saw him on Father's Day, and he is still doing very, very well on the ketogenic diet. His doctor is amazed, and his doctor actually told him he was going to put him out of business. My dad, during the worst part, his health is just not good. He's obviously diabetic. His A1C was very, very high. I don't even know the actual number, but he had high blood pressure, high cholesterol. His sugar numbers, his glucose numbers were ranging in the 3 to sometimes up into the 500s while he was on insulin. And that's because even though he was taking insulin, he was still eating whatever he wanted to eat. He was eating all the sugar and the carbs and stuff like that. Since he's been following this way of eating, he's had 2 checkups. His A1C has gone down both times. It's now in the 7 range, which is still high, but way better than it was before. The doctor said his blood pressure is down, his cholesterol is down, his weight is down. He weighed in at 212 pounds. He really wants to get under 200 pounds because he hasn't weighed that much since he got out of the service. So that's like his goal right now, is to get under 200 pounds. So I'm really hoping that he can hit that goal. And overall, I think he just feels better. So just wanted to give you guys that quick update because you have been here all along the way. And I've told you guys before that my dad was one of the last people on this planet that I ever thought would do this way of eating. So that just makes me so happy. And sharing that with him on Father's Day was wonderful. Some other good news I have is that my daughter Mary, and you guys saw her talk a little bit in a previous video. If I can find the video, I will link it up here. She has officially gone, I don't know if she's doing keto necessarily, but she is definitely doing a low carb form of eating. I'm happy about that because I think that she will just feel better overall. Again, she's not doing it for her weight at all. It's just more for health benefits, but I'm happy that she is on board, and I will keep you updated about how that journey goes for her. Now, speaking of stress and dealing with stress, I have to share a very stressful situation that happened. Not only Mike's dad being in the hospital, but when it rains, it pours kind of thing. His dad went back into the hospital on Father's Day, and he was not doing well. We did not know if this was something he would even be able to recover from. They were worried that he had a severe bowel infection, and that I guess they call it like dead gut syndrome. I'm not really sure about that, so don't quote me on that. They were thinking they may have to operate, and if they did and they went in and that's what they found, there was really not a lot they were going to be able to do for him. But what we're thinking is it wasn't as bad as they thought. They did not do surgery, and they have him on very, very strong antibiotics. They've been running courses and courses and courses of antibiotics through him. And he is actually, when he does get to come home, will still be on IV antibiotics at home because the infection that he had was that severe. That was Sunday. Monday, I was at the hospital with Mike's mom, and we were sitting and waiting for updates and different things. At this point, Mike's dad was still in ICU and everything was still touch and go. And I got a phone call from Mike that our son Michael had been in an accident on the expressway and that he had been hit by a semi-truck. Now, when Michael called his dad, now it was good news he was able to call his dad, but the only thing he could get out was that he had been in an accident, he'd been hit by a semi-truck, and he was trapped in his car. We did not know the extent of anything else because then the call was dropped and Mike could not reach him then after that. He kept trying to call him back and couldn't get a hold of him. He called me to let me know what was going on. And so I'm sitting here in a hospital room already, and then I get this call about my son. Obviously, my stress level, my anxiety was super, super high. Fortunately, we found out that our son was fine. What had happened was, just to give you guys a quick recap, it was the semi-truck's fault. My son was in the slow lane on the expressway. The semi-truck was in the middle lane, and what the semi-truck did was clipped the back of my son's car and spun him around, and then he T-boned him, and he was like pushing him down the expressway, which is why he couldn't get out. Michael, I think, panicked a little bit. He probably could have gotten out of the passenger seat, but obviously the driver's side was completely destroyed. The fact that my son walked away from that with no injuries is just a blessing from God, and we are truly, truly thankful. That phone call is one of the last phone calls you ever want to receive. Fortunately, our son is okay, but it has added a whole nother level of stress to our week because his car was totaled and it was the truck driver's fault. So we're trying to get like the rental car and get that taken care of. So we're helping him with that. The situation, the girls' car seats were in the car. So it's a lot to deal with. And again, I am trying to not let this stress get to me and cause me to fall back into old habits. I was talking to somebody else here recently who was having some issues with stress eating and just basically told them, we all have stress in our life. There's probably very few days that go by that we're not going to have stress. So we can't let that dictate the things that we're eating and how we're handling it. So I'm just trying to take my own advice and not let that stress be an indicator of how I'm coping with it and the foods that I'm eating. So that being said, I did have a really good week. And I'm going to jump in right now and tell you about my struggles and successes for the week. During all of this, for this past week, I have 100% stayed on plan. My diet has been on point all week long. I have not been over snacking, not even on keto foods, and I have not had anything that was off plan. I just figured, being under the high stress that I'm under right now, that one small thing could cause me to derail at this point. I'm becoming better at being a moderator where I can have one of something or eat something that's off plan and it won't completely send me off the rails. But being in the headspace that I've been in this past week and the stress that I've been under, I was really worried that even just a small rabbit trail could send me completely off track. So I just decided that instead of having anything like that, I was going to focus on keeping my diet very, very clean this week. And that's what I was able to do. For the most part, Mike and I made sure that we ate at home. I did not eat at the hospital. We did not go out to eat. We ate at home every day. Now, we had 2 instances where we did go out this week. One was on Saturday. I had my annual Amish country trip with the girls and my family, which is always a wonderful time. But I've told you guys in the past, Amish country is well known for their treats, snacks, desserts, all their homemade foods. So that can sometimes be a struggle. We went to IHOP for breakfast and I had bacon, eggs, and sausage. I kept it very, very simple. While we were down in Amish country, I just didn't eat anything all day and I did not buy anything. I didn't have any treats or desserts or anything at all that day. I packed a cooler full of plenty of water. It was warm out that day, so I wanted to make sure we had stuff to drink. I did buy some beef jerky at Heine's cheese store where we always go every year and they make fresh beef jerky. I bought that from Mike. I'm not a super big fan of it. I actually prefer beef sticks to beef jerky. You may think I'm silly or that they're the same thing, but for some reason I like a beef stick and that snap more than I like the beef jerky is just like too chewy for me. But I did get Mike some beef jerky, but other than that, I spent no money on food, which is a far cry from when I used to go down there and I would spend hundreds of dollars on all the different specialty snacks and treats and things that they sell down there. So I was very proud of myself for that, and it ended up being a really good day. When we got home that night, Mike made hamburgers, Mary ate with us, and we just had some delicious home-cooked hamburgers, which were actually way better than anything I probably could have gotten out anyway. The other time we went out to eat was yesterday. We spent the day, we went to the Columbus Zoo, which is about a 2-hour drive for us, with our family. It was me and Mike and our daughter Mary and her fiance Zach, Michael, our daughter-in-law Jackie, and our 2 granddaughters. They've never been to the zoo, so this was a new experience for them and we were super thrilled to be able to spend the day with them. We decided, first off, we knew that the selection in the park wouldn't be very good. We also knew that it would be expensive. So we got up early and we made a ton of scrambled eggs and bacon, and we all ate until we were stuffed, and then that way we knew once we got down there, at least for a while, we wouldn't feel hungry at all. We did end up at some point, probably around 1 o'clock, we stopped and had lunch. We went into one of their just like little food court kind of things. I don't really know what it was. There wasn't a ton of selection, but I did end up getting a double cheeseburger, obviously no bun. I got some mustard for it and I got the dill pickles and that was it. So I had that and that was it for the day. They did get some ice cream later in the day. I did not get any ice cream. I stayed clean. Again, I knew I had to weigh in today and I was like, yeah, that's not a good idea for me. The success is there that I stayed on plan both times that we were out. One thing that was definitely a struggle for me yesterday, it was good, but a struggle, is that we did a lot of walking. I mean, if you've ever been to a zoo, you know you're going to be putting in miles of walking, which is great, and I had no issue with that. It was very hot and humid though. By the time we got home last night, I was so swollen. My hands, just from walking, when you walk, your fingers start to swell. They felt like sausages. Still today, I can't slide my wedding band off. It takes like some work. I can get it off, but it doesn't slide off like it normally does. I can tell that the humidity and the heat and everything has like actually gotten to me, and I just felt super, super puffy. So I was like, oh man, and we all know that it's hard to lose when you are stressed out, and I've had my share of stress this week. And just with the heat, humidity, extra walking, I was like, wow, I gotta face that scale tomorrow. Let's see what happens. And let me tell you, I did not have high expectations. That being said, I got up today and I weighed in at 169.6. What? Oh my gosh. You guys, I have been trying to get into the 160s for 6 months. I have been at this stall. I have not been able to break into the 160s. You guys remember that in January, Mike and I did beef, butter, bacon, and eggs for 30 days. And my only goal, not my only goal, but a big goal that I had during that time was to just see the 160s. I didn't care if it was 169.9. I just wanted to see the 160s. And I didn't get there. I forget what my ending weight was. It was like 171 something. I missed it by a couple pounds, but I didn't get it. So then in February, I set another goal on the Love Keto, Love Yourself challenge for the whole month of getting into the 160s. And again, I did not do it because I have been so stuck. I'd lose a little bit, gain a little bit, lose a little bit, gain a little bit, and just kind of stuck in this like 171 to 173 range. I just haven't been able to break through. So then in March, we did the March Movement Challenge where we were going to walk 50 miles. And I thought, this is it. I'm going to break through that stall and I'm going to hit those 160s. Nope, didn't happen. And I'm like, you know what, guys, this is my lifestyle. I'm living this way. I'm eating this way. I'm happy with the way I'm eating. I'm not going to change anything. Eventually, I'll lose weight if I'm meant to lose weight, but I wasn't going to do anything drastic like cut my calories or, anything like that. I just decided that I'm going to continue to just eat the way I'm eating and hope for the best. And that's what I've done. And I was floored. So that 169.6 was a 2.8 pound weight loss this week, which is huge for me. You guys know, even when I do lose, it's like 0.8 of a pound, 0.2 of a pound. It's always very little increments. And then sometimes I'll be up a little increment and then back down in a little increment. So I have been stuck for a while. So I was so happy that I got up today and I saw that I was in the 160s. I was so happy to be able to come on here and share that with you guys today. And just to give somebody encouragement out there. If you have been in a stall and you haven't lost any weight, first of all, that's fine. This way of eating is not about just losing weight. We eat this way because we feel fantastic. I had a phone call with somebody today that she's looking into starting the ketogenic way of life. And I told her this is a lifestyle change. This is a health optimization diet. It is not a weight loss diet. Weight loss is a side effect of this way of eating, but it's not to be your main goal. Look at getting yourself healthy and the weight loss will come with it. And so I was super happy to be able to back that up even with my own experience and the fact that I continue to eat this way because it makes me feel good, but that eventually if there's weight to be lost, you will lose it. That's it for this video, guys. Sorry it's short and sweet. I still have a lot on my plate, but I did want to make sure I got a video out for you guys this week and shared my news. Thank you so much for being here. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Drop a comment down below. That really helps me out, and I appreciate all of your comments. I try to comment back to everybody because you guys are our community and we love being part of it. Hit that bell notification button if you haven't already done so. That way when our next video comes out, you will be alerted to it. You guys go and have a great week, and I can't wait to hear about your struggles, your successes. Please feel free to share those with us. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.